Hope you're well. Just thought I'd like to show you something pretty neat. Basically, it's a nice to have. Not essential, it does exist in FrontOFFICE anyway, but I've just improved the interface slightly, and I do notice that almost 90% of schools don't use this, and it actually could be very handy. The first thing we need to do here is have a look at, well, should I rather say that if you have your photographs saved at your school in a particular location, then we can get these to display in FrontOFFICE. As I say, they should already be able to display in FrontOFFICE, just not on the main admin interface screen. Okay, so I've got a sample of random photographs, and I've saved them in my C iSoft photo sample folder, but in your situation it would be more preferable to have a location on the server, let's call it the X drive or whatever, and a folder in there and all the student photographs saved in there. Importantly, they are to be saved as just the child's admin number .jpg. Okay, so as I say, I've got a sample of these photographs here. Right, so now if you were to look in FrontOFFICE, if you go to your navigation pane on the left hand side, and if you go to your main table and open it, called photograph. This is actually where the path to that photograph is to be entered. Now, obviously you can imagine it would be pretty painstaking to go to that pathway. Let's just get it up here and copy the pathway and go into FrontOFFICE, put the pathway in, and then put the admin number in 12127.jpg. As I say, obviously this would be a pretty painstaking process to do all the way down for all your schools. So there is a quicker way of doing this. We can always return to our little baby Excel, which we love so much. And I'm not being facetious, we really do love it so much. Just filter out the lefts in this case. Right, copy this admin number column. Just be careful to leave the main table in that order. It doesn't matter what order it's in, but just leave it in that order. Go to Excel and let's put it in the second column. Highlight the whole column, right click, paste. It's going to say the size doesn't match because you're obviously copying a finite number of records in Access to an infinite number of records in Excel, because I simply highlighted the whole column. But just say OK because it'll work itself out. Okay, and let's just delete that top row, we don't need that heading. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my data path where the photos were, just click on it and copy that pathway. Right, I'm going to bung it into the first cell. Okay, and what I want to do is just add a backslash to that. Right, and then I'm going to, incidentally, you'll notice with new versions of Excel, when you scroll down fast like this, although mine's not scrolling that fast because my software, my video capture software takes up a lot of my laptop's resource, but you'll notice that when it gets to the end, it slows itself down, which is quite a neat little thing. And we just choose fill and down, fill that all the way down, and there we go. third column and we put .jpg and we grab that. And we fill that up. And here's the clever bit. Right, now we're going to put these together so it makes one string and saves us a whole lot of hassle. So we just quite simply say equals, click on A1, and use the and sign to put them together. B1, use the and sign. The last one there, just enter, and there's your string that you're going to be copying straight back into FrontOFFICE. So we copy that and we scroll all the way down. And we right click and paste, and obviously the cells figure themselves out, and we grab that column, we copy it, we go back to FrontOFFICE, right click paste, yes, and there your photo pathways are in now. You can see that the admin numbers match up. Okay, and we close that. If it asks you to save it, it's just because it's asking you to save the fact that you've widened or made the column size wider or some sort of format change. It's got nothing to do with data. Once the data's in, the data's in. Okay, so now if you go to admin records, okay, bearing in mind that this was a sample set of data, so I didn't have obviously photographs for every single child, so you won't see photos for all the learners. But in my testing, I do know that I think it's the 13th record here that has a photo in. So now you can see the photos are now on the interface, the actual interface of FrontOFFICE. As I say, folks, these are a completely random sample of photos. They've got nothing to do with the data that's in here, which is dummy data anyway. So none of it's all false. So don't, being worried that the photo doesn't match up to the name in this instance, because as I say, it's just testing data. It obviously would do in your case, provided of course the person who captured the photographs in the first place saved them correctly. And of course, if you want to go into the photograph, let's say you're capturing a child as they enter the school and you're just capturing them onto FrontOFFICE for the first time, so you're going straight to admin records as you would, you can click on photograph specifics and actually enter the path of the photograph in here. So you can do it one by one as well, obviously as the learners are entering, but this is to get your data set up to scratch with all of them if you're going to zero in all your photographs. And obviously it gives you a bigger shot of the headshot of the photo as well, in case you'd like to identify it more closely. And of course the name and admin number at the bottom there. And that concludes how to enter photographs and have photographs shown in FrontOFFICE. As I say, they've always been there. If you clicked on that photograph before, I know my dad did train people on it before, but obviously as time goes by, new people come in, people forget, etc., etc. So I want to make more of these training videos and demo videos so that we've got them saved and set in stone, so that people can always refer back to them, so we can keep things nice and up to speed and up to date, and in this case visually effective. Thanks folks, that concludes this session. Bye.